So I've had several people ask me about my rebound training from the Jay Cutler show. I've put on a crazy amount of size, probably the most productive size phase I've ever had in my life, to be honest with you. Since the show, I'm up 60 pounds and I'm still relatively lean. I'm not by any means ripped, but, seen the pictures on my profile. Anyway, the training program that I'm doing, towards the end of the show, I like to read, and I've been reading a ton of books and research studies on training. And I started off with Dr. Brad Schofield, and I read several of his studies and book he did scientific studies on hypertrophy training and found that actually volume training every time, and a lot of the most recent studies, seems to be the most productive for hypertrophy, for muscle growth. High volume, high frequency. I'll add in the high frequency. Not the typical bro split where you hit everything once a week. And it got me to thinking, I've always done HIIT style training. Dorian Yates, I'm from that Dante Trudel tree. Dante trained me a long time ago, probably 20 years ago. And I have always been of that philosophy, get more from less, hit it hard and get out. But as I'm getting older, I'm approaching 50, I don't think that style of training is sustainable with my joints past the age of 50. And I'm trying to think about what type of training would be sustainable. So I thought I would give it a go and do higher volume training, see how it went. So I read Dr. Mike Israetel's book after Schofield's book, I think it's called The Scientific Principles of Hypertrophy. And I really enjoyed the book. I actually read it twice, and then he has an entire video series on his Renaissance periodization website. Went through and watched that multiple times, and I built a program somewhat structured on his principles and Schofield's principles of high frequency, high volume training. And I have been doing that for the last 6 weeks. And I'll be honest, my body has responded like crazy. The insane thing with this program is that nothing is to failure. Everything is a rep or two short of failure. You gradually, progressive overload, increase the volume as the program goes along. Week one, you might only be doing 3 sets per body part, and eventually we're up to 12 to 15 per body part, hitting each body part twice a week. So my split right now is a push, legs, pull, push, legs, pull, off. So I'm training 6 days a week, hitting each body part twice a week. Volume is currently at maximum volume, at least for me, that I can seem to recover from, which is somewhere in the 10 to 15 sets per body part range. Smaller body parts, maybe a little less. And rep ranges are in the 10 to 20 range on the heavier compound movements, squats, bench press, things like barbell rows, things like that. The rep range is 10 to 12 reps. On smaller, more isolation exercises, so for example, cable crossovers for chest would be closer to the 15 to 20 rep range. Once again, nothing to failure. I don't know. The results have been crazy. Now, this could be a combination of factors. I was also extremely depleted from the show. I've been big before. So I think there was a super compensation component there combined with the nutrition, the high volume training. I'm working with Justin Harris from Troponin Nutrition on my diet. He is a carb cycling proponent. Also have been eating a high amount of carbs as well. I've had a few fuck ups in there. I'm eating an entire family size bag of peanut M&Ms a few weeks ago. But for the most part, I've been following the diet. I've been 95% adherent. But I think that also plays a component in it. As far as super supplements go, very moderate, low doses. Just 500 milligrams of test, 300 milligrams of NPP, 6 units of growth hormone a day, and pretty basic, nothing crazy. And I am ramping that down into a cruise here in the next week or so. We'll see if I hold on to this. But anyway, That's it. That's what I've been doing. Feel free to ask questions if you have them. Thank you.